Hi, I'm Joe Weisenfelder with Cars.com, and this is a new top-of-the-line sedan from Kia. It's the 2014 Cadenza. Cadenza is a made-up word like Passat and Camry, but Passat and Camry don't sound like a piece of furniture. The Cadenza essentially succeeds the Kia Amante, which was last sold in 2009, as a sort of premium/luxury full-size sedan. Like that car, it is a sibling of the Hyundai Azera, which meets kind of the same description. But this one costs just under $36,000, which is almost $3,000 more than the Azera, but it comes with some more features like a standard premium stereo, voice activation, rain sensing wipers, and perhaps most important, 3 years of free scheduled maintenance. In the past few years, Kias have kind of looked like Audis, especially in the back, and that makes sense because the lead designer from Kia came from Audi. That's a little bit true in the back of this car, but the front seems to be taking on more of a BMW look, both in terms of size and pricing. The Cadenza competes with the likes of versions of the Chrysler 300, the Buick LaCrosse, and the Toyota Avalon. Those are all cars that I think a lot of people would consider kind of premium/in-between regular and luxury. Very similar approach here. It seems like when automakers decide they're going to make a premium or luxury car, sometimes they feel like they have to go with really confusing controls and knobs and stuff like that. I gotta say, Kia is doing it right here. The controls are very simple. You've got direct access buttons to things like FM, AM, separate one for satellite radio, phone, media, map, and destination separate buttons, and a very usable and clear touchscreen. Automakers, pay attention. This is the way to do it. As it should, the Cadenza offers a lot of features that are usually associated with premium cars, though I should add, many of these are options. Our car is actually optioned up to about $41,000. Features include a rear sunshade, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and ventilated driver's seat for those hot days like now. There's adaptive cruise control that maintains a preset distance from the car in front of you, even if you slow down and speed up. Then there's safety features like blind spot monitor and lane departure warning. Another option I like is the instrument panel, which has a high-resolution color LCD display in the middle. It shows you a regular gauge, so it looks conventional, but it has some of the touches that can come only with a display as opposed to a regular mechanical needle gauge. The Cadenza drives nicely overall. There's a V6 engine that gives almost 300 horsepower. That's enough to move it out. But I have to say, sometimes the accelerator pedal isn't very responsive. There will be a little bit of lag, but this isn't, generally speaking, a driver's car. It's more of a touring car with a reasonably comfortable ride, even with this car's optional 19-inch wheels in place of the standard 18. If you want a driver's car, there are other places you can go. If you're considering a Cadenza, it's probably for stuff like this. The back seat is nice and roomy. I've got the driver's seat all the way back, plenty of room for me here. With 107 cubic feet of interior volume, this is really on the high side, even when compared to cars that are much bigger on the outside, like the Chrysler 300. One way that this car is an advantage over the 300 is it has a very low center floor hump. It's below ankle high. A rear drive car like the 300 has a hump about this high, really takes away from the center seat space. Overall, quite big. The optional panoramic moonroof makes it feel even roomier back here. There are amenities like optional heated outboard rear seats, and again, the rear sunshade. I should mention though, the Azera has the rear heated seats standard. So you don't necessarily get everything in this car for the higher price than you would get from the Azera. There's often a space tug-of-war between the back seat and the trunk. Considering how roomy the back seat is, trunk ain't bad either. At 15.9 cubic feet, it's just fractionally less than the Hyundai Azera, but definitely competitive with the other stuff out there. Unfortunately, Kia kind of went the full luxury route with the back seat. It doesn't fold down, and that's more common among like European imports. You do have the pass-through, but cars like the Chrysler 300, Chevy Impala, and a lot of other modest to premium style cars do have the folding back seat in a full-size sedan like this one. The Cadenza is a very nice car, and typical of Kias, there's a lot of features in there for the money. question is, how important is a name to you? Do you want your premium or luxury car to have a luxury nameplate? Will you buy a premium car from Kia or Hyundai? And speaking of names, I had to look up the name Amante because I had already forgotten it. One thing you can say about Cadenza, you're probably not going to forget it.